Hello and welcome to Physics Talk. Today I will do some problems on kinematics, the topic which we have covered till now. So let's look at the first question. It says, the benches of a gallery in a cricket stadium are 1 meter wide and 1 meter high. Okay, so let's say that these are the benches of the cricket stadium. See, this is bench 1, B1, this is B2, and similarly we have till Bn. Okay, and maybe more than that. Now it says that batsman strikes a ball 1 meter above the ground and hits a 6. Okay, before that this is 1 meter, this is 1 meter. Okay, these all are 1 meter and 1 meter. So this is the ground level. Sorry for my drawings. And a batsman strikes a ball from this height, 1 meter high, and hits a 6 with initial velocity 35 meters per second and an angle of 53 degrees. So let's say that it strikes the bench here, and this distance is given as 110 meters. So what we can say is that this height y, this will be equal to n minus 1. Why n minus 1? Because there are n boxes, so height is n, and we are excluding one box, so it has to be n minus 1. And what about this x? This is the x, and x has to be 110 plus n minus 1. Why 110 plus n minus 1? Because there are n boxes and we are excluding this last box, because this has to be your x. This has to be x. Okay. Pardon my drawing again. This has to be x. So this is 110 plus n minus 1. Now we can write it as 110 plus y, or y is equal to x minus 110. Now if we use the equations of motion, then we can write y is equal to u. Okay, this 35 meters per second is u, and this 53 degrees is theta. So we can write u sine theta. Why? Because we are writing the equation in y direction. So y direction, this velocity is u sine theta. So u sine theta into t minus half gt square, and x is equal to u cos theta into t. So we can write t is equal to u by, sorry, x by u cos theta. Now we can put this t in y, and we can write y is equal to u sine theta into x by u cos theta minus half of g x square upon u square cos square theta. Now if you do not know from where I have written this y and x, then please click the I button above. Now we can write y in terms of x and write it as x minus 110. So this is equal to x into tan theta minus half g of x square by u square cos square theta. Now I'm giving you a very important mathematical formula here to find out the values of the trigonometric identities of tan, 53 and 37. So let's take this triangle. If this is 53 degrees, this has to be 37 degrees. Okay, this is 90 degree. This hypotenuse is 5, the base is 4, and this is 3. You should always remember this triangle. This is very useful for competitive exams. So we can write tan 53 as 4 by 3. So what is this? 4 by 3x minus half of g is 9.8 into, now putting the value of cos 53. So cos 53 will be 3 by 5. So cos square 53 is 9 by 25. So we can write it like this: 25x square by 35 square into 9. Now by solving this, we get an equation like this: 245 into x square minus 7350 into x minus 2425500 is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. Therefore we can write x is equal to minus b here it is 7350. So 7350 plus or minus under root of 7350 square plus 4 into 245 into 2425500. This whole thing divided by 2 into 245. If you solve this, you will get two values. So x is equal to 115.6 meters and minus of 85.6 meters. Now this value is wrong. Why? Because if the x is minus, that means the ball has gone backwards, which is not possible here. So this answer is wrong. So we have got our answer that x is equal to 115.6. Therefore we can write 115.6 is equal to 110 plus n minus 1. So here we get n is equal to 6.6. Since n is an integer, we can write that n is equal to 6. So the ball will hit on the 6th bench. So this was the first question. Now let's look at the next question. So this question is from relative motion. This question is very similar to the question which we did in the relative motion chapter. So in this question, it is given that there is a river. The width of the river is 0.5 meters. Sorry, it is 0.5 kilometers. Velocity of river with respect to ground, it is 5 kilometers per hour, and it is in this direction, velocity of river with respect to ground. And velocity of man with respect to river, it is 3 kilometers per hour, and he moves with an angle theta like this. This is VMR. So here also we will do the same thing which we did earlier. So VMR vector is equal to VMG vector minus VRG. What is VMG? It is velocity of man with respect to ground, and VRG is velocity of river with respect to ground. Since the motion is in 2 dimensions, so these velocities will have x and y components. So taking the y component first, y direction. Now in y direction, vrg is equal to 0. vrg of y is equal to 0, as you can see from the diagram. Therefore, we can write vmgy is equal to vmry. What is vmry? It is vmr into sine theta, which is 3 into sine theta. Therefore, time taken to cross the river, it is the width of the river by vmgy, which is 3 into sine theta. This much hours. If we convert it into minutes, then it will be something like this: 0.5 into 60 by 3 into sine theta. So if we multiply this, we get 10 by sine theta minutes. Now this is the answer for your first part. Now for second part, the shortest possible time, we know that the velocity of m with respect to r has to be vertical, like this. So for this to be vertical, theta has to be 90 degrees. Therefore, we can take time shortest is equal to 10 by sine of 90 minutes, which is equal to 10 minutes. So this is your answer B. So I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question, as you can see, three particles A, B and C are situated at the vertices of an equilateral triangle ABC of side D. This side, as you can see from the diagram, this side it is D, this is a D and this is also D, and the velocities are V, V and V in these directions. As you can see, velocity of A is along AB, V is along BC and C is along CA. Now this is a roughly sketched diagram of the motion. By symmetry, they will meet at O. Okay, A takes a path like this. This is the path taken by A, this is the path taken by B and this is the path taken by C. They will all meet at O. O is the centroid of the triangle. At any instant, the particles will form an equilateral triangle with the same centroid O. Now let's take an instant ABC. So in this triangle ABC, this is O. Okay, this is the whole thing is 60 degrees, so this has to be 30 degrees, and this is D by 2. This is A and this is O. Therefore, we can write that AO cos 30 is equal to D by 2. Therefore, we will get AO is equal to D by 2 into cos 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So AO is D by root 3. And velocity along O, AO, velocity of A along O will be V of cos 30. As you can see, this is V, so this has to be V of cos 30, which is root 3 V by 2. Now this velocity along AO is the rate of decrease of distance AO. Therefore, time taken for AO 2 becomes 0. Okay, or rather you can say time taken by A to reach O is equal to d by root 3, the distance which we have calculated, by root 3 v by 2. So this is 2d by 3v. So this is your answer. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is from motion in 2 dimensions. If you do not know what I am talking about, then click the I button here and go to the video. Now the question says a boy standing on a railroad throws a ball straight upwards. Car is moving on a horizontal road with acceleration 1 meters per second. Therefore, we can say that AX is given as 1 meters per second square. Velocity of ball in vertical direction is 9.8. So Vy is 9.8 meters per second. Now just write the equations of motion for x and y since this is 2 dimensions. Therefore we can write x is equal to ux into t plus half of ax into t square. Now here ux is equal to 0. Okay, this velocity is not vy, this has to be uy. Okay, this is uy. Ux is 0 as given in the question. There is no component of velocity in x direction. Therefore we can write, okay, this is 0. So this is half of 1 into t square. And we can write another thing, y is equal to uy into t minus half of gt square. So uy is given as 9.8 into t minus half of gt square. Now for the ball to fall back again, the y has to be 0. Okay, for ball to fall back to the ground, y is equal to 0. Therefore we get time is equal to 0, or time is equal to 2 into uy by g, which if we calculate, this will be 2 seconds. From this equation we are getting this. Okay, now since we have got time is equal to 2 seconds, therefore we can find out x is equal to half into 2 square, which will be 2 meters. So this is your answer. How far behind the boy will the ball fall on the car? It is 2 meters. So that's all for this video. If you like my videos, then please click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get regular updates. Thank you.